The View under fire for fueling this ridiculous conspiracy theory about the First Lady. Watch.
I wasn't going to go along with this, but that one in that picture doesn't look like her.
You weren't going to go. Now you will.
No, it's a different shaped face.
I'm ashamed to say, I spent like an hour on Saturday involved in this.
That's her.
Melania is a very tall, statuesque woman. And the one that we saw, the first one that we showed, she looks kind of short. Not this one, but that one.
Well,
look how short she looks.
Could be in flats. Her husband's like 6'7", and a stable genius. President Trump slamming those body double rumors by tweeting, quote, "The fake news photoshopped pictures of Melania, then propelled conspiracy theories that it's actually not her by my side in Alabama and other places. They are only getting more deranged with time." A spokeswoman for the First Lady is blasting the show as shameful. So, Jesse, let's say it's true. Let's say it is a fake Melania. Wouldn't you love to have a fake Jesse take your place?
We have one.
It's one day a week.
He's here right now.
It's David Schwimmer. No, I mean, I hate to say this. I kind of do agree with Joy. Can we put the screen back up there? I mean, put the screen back up. There is something very suspicious.
Which
you know,
one?
of Melania. If you look at the mouth, there's a difference in the mouth, and there's a little bit of. Hear me out on this. There's a little bit of a height difference. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No. The thing, Greg,
is that Caitlyn Jenner with the president?
No, I think what it is that Melania, you don't need a body double if you're Melania. If you're a model, there's no such thing as a body double for a model. It's just called another model. I mean, like, if there was an actual body double for Melania, she'd be much more famous and have a much better job than being a body double for Melania.
I get what you're
But this is Trump derangement syndrome. Remember the other conspiracies? We remember that Trump was going to hand the reins over to Pence, and that Trump is a puppet of Putin, or that it wasn't his real hair. Do you remember that
Trump
one?
was from Kenya?
Let's see the birth
You beat me to the punch.
I wanted to take that joke from you.
I'm done.
There was also a rumor that he and Hillary were having a dalliance during the 2016 campaign.
Did Bill know?
Of course he did.
And he didn't care because Bill was doing his own thing, which was actually true.
That is true, not fake.
Okay, but Katie, what is the subtext here? That the First Lady has pieced out and that she actually is on permanent safari, that she can't stand being around the president because he's so horrible, and for that he should be impeached.
It's just really stupid. I mean, she can't catch a break, right? So if she wasn't doing all these initiatives that she's doing on her own, as her own person, building her own thing, she would be accused of just being a Stepford wife, right? And just doing whatever President Trump wanted her to do because she doesn't have a brain and can't function on her own. She goes out on her own and proves that she's her own person. She's done all these trips. She's gone overseas. She's capable of talking and speaking and pushing the things that she wants to talk about. And then they still criticize her. So I think it's just petty. There are other things that they could be talking about. And I find it really interesting that the women who are always saying, you know, the women who don't help women are going to hell, decide to engage in this kind of behavior.
You know, Juan, isn't Katie right? Leave her alone.
Yeah, so tell that to President Trump. He's the one tweeting out about this and raising it. It seems to me he delights in the idea that he is somehow...
Wife. Wouldn't you do the same?
He's not defending his wife.
Certainly
This is not. He's defending himself against the charge that he has a double for his wife because, as you suggest, maybe the wife doesn't want to be there.
Which is an insult to her.
I don't see it's an insult.
And an insult to their marriage.
To me, this is like, you know, kind of conspiracy theory wackiness. And I don't know, it's a distraction from the reality. Let's say, how about the vote in which Republicans will say, hey, you know what? That wall, that emergency, bogus.
Greg?
Okay.
You know, I was actually... What bugged me were people were making jokes about the picture, different jokes about how humorless and unfun they looked together, without pointing out that they were actually at a really somber event. They were there of a natural disaster. But you have to be fair. Conspiracies are bad on both sides. And when you become a team sport political player, you get into this little prison of two ideas. And so your immunity to conspiracies goes away because you want to believe. So right now what you're seeing is a lowered immunity among the View because they hate this guy so much that this has to be an imposter. But likewise, we have had our share of these kinds of conspiracies because we had such deep dislike for the other side.
Well, I mean, we never did see the president's transcript. Remember? Yeah. And how did he get from Occidental College all the way?
And is that his real name? I don't know.
What if Jesse doesn't think the birth certificate's real?
What if
the long form?
What if President Obama releases his grades as an olive branch to the president who releases his tax returns? Would you accept that?
Not a fair deal. I'm not going to take it.
So what about?
I think we're going to be able to find the transcripts without having to give the tax returns.
Okay, last question. What happened with Melania? What happened with Melania? Did he lock her up?
Did he lock
her up?
Is that a body double? No. Not a body double.
It's not a body double.
Wow, this is where the conversation goes in times when people want to ignore real news, I tell you.
Oh, Lon Williams is just a sage.